Hello and greetings, everyone. Now, today I want to talk to you about something which, a lot of you may not agree with. That's okay. When we talk about the gods, traditions, religious rites, priesthood, leaders, elections, family traditions, these all things didn't just change by what country you were in, they also changed. Yep, Muffin's back. They also changed by what village you were in. The gods might The gods you might honour if you are a fishing village will be gods like Nod, anything to do with the sea. If you are in a farming village, it'll be something to do with growing the crops. All your traditions will do with harvesting and sowing the crops. Um, if you're high up on the mountains, where the winters will be severe, most your gods and traditions will be doing with the spring and the summertime. And again, fishing villages, they will coincide with the migration of the whales, and gods and traditions will change from village to village. No, we're like that. We're like that. We're from clan to clan, or from kindred to kindred, to group. Our traditions change. Now we're a small group. We've got one in the northeast. We've got a clan in the northeast, and we decide what our traditions are. We decide what our rituals are. We decide what we follow, as in seasons. And every member has a God to follow. We don't all say, you've got to follow the one God. Most will follow different gods. I follow Tia. Apes follows Air. Um, we all follow different gods, personally. But united, we follow the faith. But there's a lot of religious groups that say you must follow this god, you must follow that god, this is how you do your ritual. Now, with the big groups, what it is, they become very impersonal. They'll say, well, this is the way we do things, this is what we want you to do. We want you to follow this ritual and go by this book, or we believe in this situation. But the small clans don't. They follow what their members want. In the clan we're forming in the northeast, we will all decide on the rituals. We will all decide on the oaths. We will all decide on our personal gods. We will decide on religious days. Not one person's in charge. I mean, one day you'll have to have someone that speaks for everyone, but no one's in charge. Everyone's got their own say. And when you get in larger groups, like Asatru UK, um, they dictate what's happening. Now you may say, why am I targeting Asatru UK? The reason is because they put on one of their pages that I'm a racist. That's the only reason. They're probably a very good group. Probably a very, very good Facebook group. Um, but as I say, when you're in a small community, you try and follow the gods, what's right for your community. Now, again, in the northeast, we've got a lot of sacred spots up here, an awful lot of sacred spots. There's this henge, which is just a mile and a half away from where I live. We've got stone circles and standing stones within a 20-minute drive. Now you go to places like um, United States, you may have to travel a long way to find a sacred spot. We're in England, everywhere. The ley lines are everywhere. So we're more lucky than a lot of people. But again, a sacred spot doesn't have to be an ancient sacred spot. You can make that sacred spot yours. We all, well, some of us have spent time on a certain farm that's not far away from here, where every animal lives in harmony with every other animal, including farm cats and chickens and squirrels. I have seen a squirrel playing with one of the dogs there. You tell me where on earth you're going to see that. So to me, that's a new sacred spot. Sacred spot that hasn't been found by ancient groups as far as I know. Same way if you're in the United States and you decide this place I've found is so special, it's got such a good feeling to it. There's your secret spot. There's your sacred site. You don't have to follow what everybody else says. You know, when everyone says, oh, Stonehenge is the most sacred spot in England. Well, it probably was. Probably still is. But you know, when you're places that haven't got the history of England, then you've got to find your own sacred spots. Then you've got to start doing your own rituals, following your own gods. When you've got a small group going, include everyone in the group. Talk about it. Follow what's right for you. If you decide to follow one of the big groups, and you all decide on it, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Remember, no one can tell you you're right. No one can tell you you're wrong. No one can tell you interpreting the runes wrong. No one can tell you you're doing it right. These things just aren't known. There's very little known about our past. We know the gods ancient. We know Thor and Odin and Tyr and Loki were real. We know they existed back in the Bronze Age, back in the Stone Age, from the beginning of time. But how we interpret them in this modern day is up to each individual and each individual group. Okay? So again, don't let the big groups tell you what you have to believe. If you don't believe it, you don't believe it. And just because it's written in a book doesn't mean it's true. I mean, I follow the Thor Havamal, but every Havamal you look at, words, things different. They're not all wrong, they're all right. All the translation from the Icelandic Havamal, they just have a different interpretation. And that's what each and every individual clan, kindred, hearth, group, study group needs to be. Individuals. Because when it comes down to it, our people are tribal. If we're national, we're tribal. We'll come together in times of need. Okay, that's enough for me. Hail the gods, hail Tyr, hail Air, hail the All Father. Stay safe. Toodles.